Hey, hey.
Hey, hey. We're going to talk money.
Oh, Lord.
This is Man Frand. I'm Cammie, this is Man Frand. And we are talking, well, this episode is called Richie Rich. And I like to think that me and you have very different spending habits because we're opposite with everything. But we really don't, do we? We're both have good intentions, but we end up being spenders.
Probably so.
You don't agree?
No, it's fine. I'm glad I don't know topics prior to this.
You would have vetoed it?
I don't know. Well, you might have vetoed it.
True. Okay.
Depending on what you're asking.
Okay, so my first question is, do you feel that you have a good relationship with money?
I feel I have an improved relationship with money.
Has it been bad in the past?
Spending, yes. One credit card, yes. Yeah. But,
Do you think our relationship has a good relationship with money?
Nope.
I
think it has an improving relationship with money.
Right. It gets better and better, but it's been bad, right?
It's had its little roller coaster moments.
Okay, so I found this article and I wanted to go through it. And I think that once we go through it, I think that we'll be able to have a better understanding as to how each of us are with money.
Good
Okay, 9 money habits happy couples have. Okay, the first one is they talk about money. Okay, so that's based on their upbringing, money can be a sensitive topic. Now, for me, money was always just like, it was just such a stressor in life. Not because there was, never, it's not like I was very fortunate with how I grew up, but it was always a very sensitive subject. It was always just something you didn't talk about. And if it was talked about, it was very like, it had a value based on, if you had money or not. And so I think I grew up with not a real great, understanding of how money works.
Okay.
So I think bringing that into a relationship with money, with someone that, works with money, has a better understanding of budgeting, I think that doesn't help.
All right, so what's the question? That was a lot of talk for no question.
Okay, but my question is, do we talk enough about money? Is money a sensitive topic with you? In your upbringing, was money a sensitive topic?
In my upbringing, money, well, I don't know. My parents were, for one, I've been very blessed to where at times I've been in financial distress or not able to be able to pay for an emergency type thing.
Yeah.
Or something through the years, they have been able to help out. And, in later years, I offer to help pay. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't.
Yeah.
But as they explain, this is something you probably do for your child, and it's our money and we can do what we want with it as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But they are parents that have managed their own separate accounts. They don't have a joint account. So, it wasn't always a topic. They managed it well. My mom, extremely well. I take after my dad, who does manage his money, but he, spends like I do. We see something or it helps. We feel better when we buy stuff for people, and it's not that we're doing it all the time or for ourselves. And we have weird, I think I told a friend back in early college or high school, I was like, the sad thing about me is I could go to like a Walmart or something, and if I saw 2 of the exact same screwdrivers on there, but one is $2 more, something's better about that $2 more one. Now, I used to be like that. Now, I'm a review whore. I'll go on Amazon I'll go on Lowe's and I'll make sure there's a lot of reviews and a certain percentage doesn't need to be 1 to 3 star or I won't touch it. But back then I'd be like, something's got to be better about that one.
I'm the opposite. I'm totally the opposite. If I can get it cheaper, I'll buy the cheaper one.
Well, it all depends on what type of thing I'm buying. If I'm getting in something that I'm looking to help me out of a jam later on or a tool that I will depend on, it's stupid. I'm not justifying it. I'm saying, I'm like, oh, well, $2 got to be something better, and it probably won't break on me as soon.
So what changed for you, though? What was something that made you, think...
my own money, just growing up and having to manage money and being in a relationship. And I mean, I just haven't either way, it's change. It's just life. You grow up, you have more bills, you have more responsibilities. You realize some things have to be prioritized, some things don't, and when you can save money, you try to.
Exactly. Okay, the next one. They understand each other's...
I'm going to take a pause for a second because we have a cat.
Go tell that cat to quit being bad.
Hey!
You just don't give him attention for 1 second, and it's all of a sudden psycho.
That was
city.
Georgia, and she's probably going to do it again.
So, get ready for another pause.
Alrighty.
Okay, your foot stinks, so can you please move it?
It's very comfortable for me, and this is a short podcast.
Okay.
We're going to work together on this.
They understand each other's money type. Are they a hoarder of money? Like, they don't want to spend anything, they hoard all the money, and very, like, stingy, you know. Are they big spenders? Are they spreadsheet crunchers? What would you think my money type is? And I'll turn around and tell you what yours is.
What are the choices for that?
Any type, really, but some of them are you a money hoarder, big spender, spreadsheet cruncher? Those are just some of the suggestions, but...
I would say you are the... I don't like to check my account. I just want to assume it's there and have fun. And if it's not,
okay.
I have a banker boyfriend.
Nice. Your money type is totally big spender, and I'm not doing it. I mean, this is we're having open communication.
We are.
The first thing we wanted to do was talk about money, so now we're talking about it. We understand each other's money type. Your money type, I really think, is big spender, but I also think that you are a spreadsheet cruncher at heart. I think that you do that. I gave you a redeeming quality. You didn't even give me one redeeming quality.
Sometimes you pay back. And you are doing better.
I am doing much better, thank you.
Better, and there are, so I don't, doing much better. That was somewhat joking, somewhat serious, what I said earlier.
Yeah.
With me, yes, I'll spend a lot. Yes, I can be an Amazon addict. But here's what I will say.
Yeah.
Yes, right now I do make more.
Yes.
Yes, I budget my money. I have a legal pad with each pay, and each time it's about to be a pay, I say, okay, what's going to auto draft? I do everything that I need to pull out that month. I still put some to savings. I do this, and I allocate some that's also for me. And it's not a large portion at all. Everything's taken care of. I factor in even groceries if I have to help out, things like that.
Yeah.
So when it comes in, these are things that were factored in. It's not going on a credit card.
Yes.
It is going towards mine, and lately a lot of the spending stuff is a camping trip we'll have going on.
Yeah.
I was going to tint my windows. I had budgeted that in. Instead, I bought some camping supplies.
Yeah.
So I have a reason, and these reasons might seem hoarding and overspending. However, next time the power goes out, next time things happen, these are items that are going to be awesome to have, and I'm prepared. I might not have gone all the way through Boy Scouts, but I am always prepared, and that is one reason for my lately spending.
Yeah. Well, and I think more of it, though, is you communicating with me, and I think that has been part of it. Like, I think it's one thing when you're spending and you're spending on your own, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that when you do have stuff where, like, money is becoming maybe a stressor or an argument. Mm-hmm. I think the fact that we're communicating about certain purchases, we're communicating about, like, what we are spending our money on, I think that that's a big sign.
Well, it is.
I think that's a positive sign.
Now, I will say the pandemic has kind of forced me, not that I never held things back, but let's just say she's at home all the time, so boxes she will see.
Yeah.
Before, if maybe I knew 2 or 3 boxes might show up.
Amazon boxes.
I could come home at lunch.
Yeah.
I could move them to a closet. I could take care of it, dispose of the evidence. Now, she's going to see it because I'm at the office now 5 days a week, and now she's able to work from the house.
Do you feel like you're okay with telling me, or do you think it's...
Yeah, because I don't feel guilty about the purchases I make now. I've budgeted them in.
Yeah.
And a lot of the things, it has been a good bit since the hurricane, the pandemic and all. But at first, it was stuff dealing with PPE and supplies. Mm-hmm. Then we went into the hurricane. Mm-hmm. And during the hurricane, or right after the hurricane, there was like emergency stuff. I realized, okay, I want to have this next time. So I got things, and now we had the camping pop up. And plus, we also would like to go camping, on small trips. Haven't splurged. Already had a lot of stuff.
No.
But there were some things I had to up. So now I feel like I manage it better. I'm not buying
But
crap
I feel
just
like,
to have.
and you're right, but I feel like you still get real defensive though. Even the way you're talking about it, like I didn't even accuse you of anything, and you're still jumping in defending.
I will say I get defensive because right now, for those watching and listening, this is, she's very nice about it now. However, when there is an argument down the line, what she will come back and say is, look at all this stuff you buy, and get on to me. When I've told her and justified and over-communicated, I will then get in trouble, or it will be used as a point against me. So yes, I am defensive, because I know if we get in an argument again, and somehow it's about money, or money owed back, or any of that nature, this will be thrown in my face. And then that's when you can't sleep in the tent, or use the double nice mattress little pad I got, or use any of the lights or the power supplies I got for Hurricane, because like you say, it's just crap. So
I think over communication though is a big part. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah,
okay,
let's
3
move
and
on.
4. Now these I'm combining because they're two separate things. Again, these are the money habits that happy couples have. So 3 and 4. Number 3 is a joint bank account. Number 4 is separate bank accounts. And the way they do it is the number 3 is basic necessities, right? So each person per what they make, right? They both, Georgia got in trouble. Per what they make, they both get to, let me get rid of that. They both put in a certain amount, and that covers basic necessities. So I've never done that before. Have you ever been in a relationship where you've done that before? Currently, we only have separate bank accounts. Have you ever done the joint bank account where it's just one that's just for like basic necessities?
There's been one joint account I've had before.
Did it work?
It was with,
Yeah.
we're not going to go into that. But, yes. And it was probably because I was more the spender. It was earlier in my career, so I was making an earlier in career salary. And, yes, there was a joint account. And it kind of was what everything came out of. And then each person kind of was able to move back to their private accounts the spending money, like if I wanted to go out and do lunches, or it was my spending money to do what I wanted to.
I like that.
And it was good because both salaries weren't too big, but it took care of bills. I was not the better manager at that time.
At this time, you feel you are a better manager than me?
I don't know what is in the closet that she keeps trying to get to, but she keeps...
I'm just going to open the closet.
No, she's going to tear up blankets. Okay, I'm sorry, people. We have to pause this for a second.
No, we're good.
We're not opening that door.
Okay.
Because
We're back. We're back. It's
You know
always
what-
chaos, isn't that, hun?
Hold on. You know what we're going to do? We're going to put the vacuum outside the door. because cats
Ooh, nice
love-
move.
Cats love vacuums.
Okay, well, I think that's something that down the line maybe we think about doing. I think that would be a positive. I really do. Obviously just kind of get ourselves settled, but I think that might be a good idea. You don't know?
I don't know. I'm iffy. I think it does have, I think as long as you're being honest about your accounts and you each have your responsibilities, then it can work out. But, there's also downsides as well.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm for it. I think there can be one account and y'all just determine what it's for, you know, and then each agree to an amount you put in it. And it could be something as simple as, hey, we put it in this account and it's used for necessities, or this is our contribution for like vacation, and we each keep our own whatever, but we contribute towards an account that's used for us. I don't know. That's something we just have to figure out as time goes, and there's going to be trial and error. That's how it works.
Okay, next one. They understand each other's love language. Now, what does love language have to do with money? So I found this example, and I thought it was really good because I think that I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to explain why I think it relates to us. Example, one person spends a lot of money on gifts to show affection, right? While the other just wants long walks together on a beach or whatever. Then the first person can be perceived as like this frivolous, big spender, and the second person is perceived as a cheap ass, right? So the reason I think that this so for the record, love language, what's yours?
I don't know. Tell me.
Is it words of affirmation? Acts of service.
No, I think words of affirmation and then acts of service.
Yeah,
it's
so
been
he's
a
very
long
close,
time
those
since
two.
I probably need to redo that quiz just because, things change in life.
Yeah, for me, mine is physical touch.
Yeah, physical touch.
So I love the, arms on the back and, just holding hands and all that kind of stuff and intimacy, right?
Yeah.
So, like, when it comes to me and you, I think even though you are, like, an acts of service or a words of affirmation, I feel as though you might be a little bit of the way you give love is by doing stuff for other people, but also buying stuff for other people.
It is. Not as much as it once was. You
Don't you think though?
Oh, yeah. You should have seen my Christmas list for other people years ago. I mean...
Yeah.
Whew, I like to get stuff, but it's not just buying something and giving it. I like to find something that fulfills a person's need. Or I like to... It's something... I like to put thought into it.
Yeah.
I was never one that wanted to put my name on a gift like I was giving it if I didn't have some thought into it. So I like to put thoughts into things and have some of that person in the gift that I give.
But you are a great gift giver, and I love the gifts that I receive, but I do think that's how I'm not saying you buy people or anything. I'm just saying you like to get things as a little happy for people.
Yeah, the little happies. That's exactly what I was about to say. I think it's nice. I think
it's great, but I think
people have bad days and little happies help. And I
Yeah.
still like to do little happies, actually. I think usually I'll have like a little happy if I order something from Amazon that was a necessity. And, sometimes I might throw a couple of $1 or $5, less than $10 happy in there.
Yeah.
And just do it. But it's something that you'll end up using or something else. I don't just buy something like, oh, here's a cute thing that's going to sit and collect dust. Usually it's useful. But yes, I do like little happies for people.
Yeah. But isn't that interesting how that does play into money though? It play because it does appear when you think about it, like say we were like that, right? And so I'm more someone that likes to hold hands or something.
Yeah.
It does perceive like that.
I got you.
But if you understand each other's love language in relation to money, I don't know. I just think it's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Okay, next, they have a security blanket. They budget, they follow the budget, and they get a financial security blanket set in place. It's all about not spending what you don't have. And that's something I suck at. And I'm also a little bit, I get like, I don't know, I'm a little bit like, you're much more secure and you have stuff set out. I'm a bit more like spur of the moment, or a bit more like, what's the fun thing to do? And so that's something that I think both of us have always struggled with in our differences when it comes to that.
Because usually the fun thing does not fit within
somebody's
budget.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not planned in somebody else's budget.
And that's why I've been getting a little better about doing stuff that don't cost money.
Mm-hmm.
Like going on a bike ride or going to, I don't know. That's just like the only thing I can think of right now.
That's
Okay,
good.
next.
Next one.
They know that money is a means, not an end. They know that ultimately money won't give them fulfillment and purpose. That's big time with me. I know with me, I love my job. My job is so fulfilling, and it's something that I've had to deal with not making a lot of money, but I do feel so fulfilled within my career. And I think right now, you're definitely in a position where you enjoy what you do.
I enjoy what I do, yes. Very much.
And you're fulfilled when it comes to the job.
Yeah. No. It's good. Let's keep it going. So where are you going with it, babe?
I'm just saying that, like, ultimately, money is a means, it's not an end. It's a way to exchange something for a service or a good.
It is, but see, in mine, I think money doesn't buy happiness. I know that.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother discussion at some point. But obviously, it'd be nice to have a lot of money to be secure enough to where then you're able to help other organizations, you know, if you win the lottery, hey, you know, there's this church or there's this friend or whatever else, and you can help out. Not even try, and hopefully on the quiet side to where it's like, hey, I don't want my name out there, but here's the help. But also you make, because it gives security that I'm able to provide a life for my kids down the line that was provided for me, or one even better, which I've had a damn good one. So, I mean, I think that's, from what I hear, just how it works. You always want to keep providing.
And I think that goes back to your love language. I really do. Like, I think that that's part of where having the money is, because it is something that, no, it doesn't bring, you know, it doesn't, money doesn't buy happiness, but it is a part of being able to feel happy and secure, right? Okay, next, they set aside fun money, which helps with, obviously, arguments and stress. Now, I will tell you something. When it comes to me and you, something that I've always tried to stress is doing the date night, doing the couple stuff together. And that's something that I think that we have been able to implement a little more.
Yeah.
You agree? Okay.
No, it's good times. Yeah, no, I enjoy it. Now that things are opening back up more with the pandemic, we'll try to get out. Actually, saw a movie in a very spaced out, great, like, dining movie place. It was great yesterday.
We went date night on Friday.
Yeah, so it's good. Things are opening back up, and if it's within the budget, it works out.
Yeah. Okay, and finally, they have balance. They are frugal, but they don't have, they don't hoard money, so, like, all stingy and stuff. Generous, but not reckless. And I think that that's the part that I really, when I was writing that, I was like, wow, this is really good stuff.
Yeah,
I think it's all about balance. I think it's all about, you know, and I think you do. Like, I know that I'm, you know, not as, you know, spreadsheet like you, but you have given me a lot of help with that. You know, you've helped me work out my own spreadsheet, and you've helped me figure out, like, where all my money goes and everything. So I give you credit for that. I do. I like to give you a hard time about the other stuff, but I give you credit for helping me sit down and work out that stuff. I know I give you a hard time about it, but
no,
you do have a very good
And I give
base.
you a hard time, you know, especially, you know, when there's times if you borrow something and say you're going to pay back, you might not get it paid back. But that probably comes from the banking side of me now, because I'm around people all the time that sign ink on a sheet of paper that says they're going to do something, then later on they don't do it. I'm someone who's very much about, if you say you're going to do something, you do it.
Yeah.
I'm not always the best proponent of it. I try to be, but that is definitely how I feel.
Yeah. And you're right, that's a huge part of probably it as well. So back to the original question.
Okay.
Do you feel that you and I have a good relationship with money? Or do you feel as an individual you have a good relationship with money?
I think on both answers, it's a growing in a good way, a work in progress, but I don't think it's like in a bad area. I think it's kind of
definitely not in a bad area.
I think it's getting more in that average to better, and it's getting there. You know,
I agree.
But money is always going to be something. And in the craziness of this damn year and everything else, who knows what else? You know,
it's like each day it's different.
I had savings that I planned to spend on a certain thing before everything hit. Certain things have been had to put on hold because what if something happens with the company? What if something happens with the job? You know, when all the cutbacks and pandemics and crap happen, and so it's just whatever. You know, sometimes you just got offered up, but you got to have a little fun here and there too.
Yeah, I definitely agree. What's your question for me?
Oh, heck. Say you only have $50 of fun money for the month.
Ooh, okay.
What would you do with that $50? And, I mean, you got to think. If you say Chick-fil-A, there's a fifth of it right there, easily.
Okay, so first of all, I would divide it up. So I'd have two lots of things I'd do, right?
Okay.
I'd make it last longer. I wouldn't do just one thing. I would do two things. One of them would be probably the dinner movie thing that we like to go do. We go to a movie theater where
then that's all of the 50.
No, it's not. Just for me.
Oh, just for you. Are you including the ticket?
Oh, fine.
It just depends. I don't know what you're including, but you know I'm a details guy. You know, so but like last night, I mean ticket plus dinner. Yeah, I mean it was close to 50 for that.
Dang it. Okay, I would just go to a normal movie.
So an AMC as opposed to the Nexus.
Yes, so I would just go to a normal movie, and then I would do just like a fun dinner thing with a friend or something, or
That
with
sounds
you.
good. Yeah.
I divide it up into two things. I
Yeah,
try and
that's good.
push it, make it go longer.
Very manageable.
Yes. That has been another episode of Man Frand.
Alrighty.